No, no mercy. Hey everybody, it's about 5:30 a.m. Easter Sunday here in Tulear, Madagascar. I've been here a month already, and this is my last week. Actually, at Airbnb, you saw at the start of the video, that was, I stayed here my first voyage to Madagascar back in 2022. And they have 5 of the dog breed called, I believe it's called Coton de Tulear. 5 of those little white dogs. And they have a couple tortoises that you see once in a while hanging out on the premises. Anyway, I'm just going to do a rambling walking video today. And I've actually created a lot of footage lately. The problem is I'm having a problem with my left eye. I have blurriness, and it's very difficult to edit videos. So I'm going to have to wait till I get back to Canada, get my eye looked at, then I'll put up some more videos. So anyway, I've been here a month, and it's quite chilly this morning. The first month I was here was hot, 24 hours a day. So it's a welcome relief. Actually, one of the first words I learned here, Malagasy word, is mafana, which means hot, hot. Actually, it's a good idea if you come to Tulear to learn a few words in Malagasy. For example, turn left, turn right, go straight if you're going to be taking a lot of pushes, pousse-pousse, because they don't speak French here. A lot of people here do not speak French. I've been here a month. I've stayed at a couple hotels, and this is my second Airbnb. The first wasn't actually, it was a Booking.com house for rent, and the house is in a great location, but the problem was the water pressure was so low. All you could really do is brush your teeth with the water. It was just, water would come out basically in a trickle. There's no way to really take a shower except to fill a bucket full of water. The thing I've always loved about Tulear is, instead of having these noisy, annoying tuk-tuks, you got these push-pushes which make no noise. So it's very peaceful on the streets. No mercy. And whenever I walk around, another good word to learn in Malagasy is no, which is aha, because you're going to have push drivers ask you every 30 seconds if you want to ride, especially if you're a visible foreigner. This street has a couple of, actually back there is a place called the Gelateria, which is kind of like an ice cream place, but they also have great pizza. No mercy. It's funny, the push drivers, they get upset when you say no. It's like, why is this guy walking around when he could be riding in a push? Actually, it's called pousse-pousse, I believe. Although I noticed the people here, when they want one, they say pousse. Tulear actually has some great restaurants. One of them, I believe, is coming up here on the left. Le Jardin, yeah, right here. Le Jardin. I actually did an entire video about this place back in 2022. Got all these really interesting paintings inside. And they have also got a bunch of those, they've also got 4 or 5 of those Coton de Tulear dogs hanging around the restaurant. No messy, no. No. Oh, Jesus. See, they don't understand when I said no mercy. So Just said aha. Up on the right here is a hotel I stayed at for a couple of days, called the Palm Hotel. No, I'm sorry. It's called Nouvelle Eden, and it was a nice place. It was kind of expensive, like 35 euros a night. They've got a really nice restaurant on the ground floor. You can just kind of hang out there, and if you need internet, that's the restaurant. It's a great place to hang out, drink coffee, and do your internet work. Here it is, right here. So anyway, I'm gonna walk down to the Nightlife area, and we'll see what it's like. But I wouldn't be surprised if bars are still open at 6 o'clock on Sunday morning. I'm really not sure how Easter is celebrated here. It's a big deal or not. It's called Pâques in French. Tomorrow I'm planning on going to back to Mangili. I'm actually gonna be coming out with a pretty and a video about Mangili. It requires a lot of editing, so I can't do it now because of my eye problem. Taking a lot of footage there. I think it'll be a good video. A lot of people here wake up very early, 5 a.m. I've asked some people, what time you get up in the morning? Oh, 5 a.m. A lot of people say that. So what is there to do in Tulear? Is it a tourist destination? Not really. However, the Mangili, which features a nice beach and some nice hotels, about 30 minutes away by... Actually, last time I was there, I took a shared car, which is like 4,000 Ariari, which is $1. And before that, I took a bus. I'd much rather take the shared car. It seems a bit more comfortable. And you just go to the bus station here, and there's always, as soon as the guy from the bus sees you, he's going to run up and ask you if you're going to Mangili. You say yes, and he'll tell you which bus to go to. Tulear is quite safe. I met a German guy here who's been living here for a couple of years and coming here for over 20. He said Tulear is quite safe. Now, of course, if you've got money in your pocket and you're in a crowded nightclub, it's quite possible a couple guys are gonna come real close to you and try and grab some money out of your pocket. Actually, one time I was leaving at night in a pousse-pousse. Why do I keep saying pousse-pousse? I think it should be called pousse-pousse. And as I was leaving, some guy came up and tried to grab the money out of my pocket. And that's why I think it's a good idea, if you're traveling to a place with a lot of pickpockets, is to wear pants with zippered pockets. Well, zippers that are high quality. Because I had zippered pants on and you couldn't get anything. You know, I think a lot of people, if someone was to take my iPhone, I would probably have to go back to Canada, because I've just a lot of applications on there that are very important, like banking and stuff like that. I know people sleeping on the street here. Tulear it's pretty poor. Like, you know, people are going to come up and kids are going to come up asking for money. You'll see a young mother carrying a baby coming up and asking for money. It's going to be quite common. You go to like, for example, a Score, which is like pretty much the major supermarket here. You'll always see people camped outside, and when you leave, they'll ask you for something. You know, sometimes they give. Best time to give is when you're leaving. Otherwise, you can have 5 or 6 people come and lay very soon, asking for their share. girl walking in the middle of the street singing. I love it. You heard that Muslim call the prayer one at the start of the video. However, there are not a lot of Muslims here compared to Dago, for example. Here they pronounce it Dago. In English, you would say Diego Suarez. Whenever I say Diego, no one understands me. Go, oh, Dago. And there's a hotel here called La Baptiste, which is a good hotel. And there's another one. This one. Oh yeah, Hotel Serena, which I believe is also another decent choice. These people have been drinking all night. I'm quite sure. This is like the town square. During really hot days, you see a lot of people here. Got a lot of tree coverage here, so they hang out here in the shade. Yeah, another thing I've noticed since my last trip is a lot less tourists here. There was not a lot of tourists here when I was here last time, but I saw a few couples. I stayed at the Hotel Amazon, which is a really nice hotel, and I swear to God, I felt like I was the only guest there. Same with a couple other hotels I've stayed at. Just didn't seem to be a lot of business. Now I came here in 2022. I came here, I think it was like October. I don't know if that makes a difference. Right now we're in April. Yeah, this bar is still open. There's a bar here called Rose Noir, Black Rose in English, and this place is packed every night. Friday night is so packed you just literally cannot move. And it's kind of funny because I don't really like the layout of the bar. It's just like kind of weird layout. I'm doing a nightlife video. You'll see more what it's like inside, but it just doesn't seem like just don't really understand why it's popular, but it's popular, okay? And there's another one called La Rova, which is a really well laid out nightclub with a nice dance floor, couches, and a mirror so you can watch yourself dance. That place has just kind of seemed to die out. I mean, my first time I went there, there's a few people there. The last time I went there, there's almost nobody. So this is Sunday. Still some people out.
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir, ça va? If you're foreign here, you'll get a lot of attention, trust me. Being a foreigner here is different than being one in Diego or in Tananarivo, for example. Because there's quite a few less foreigners here, so you see people stare at you more. It's more of a novelty here. Yeah, that's at the Rose Noir. It is closed. Around 3 in the morning here, it's just craziness, complete craziness. This Hotel Amazon, I got a really good deal here on Booking.com. 35 euros a night for a huge room. Believe I showed screenshots of it in my previous video. Here's a kind of like here's a bar where all the alcoholics hang out, all the French locals drink all day. Then you have one working girl usually sitting bored at the table here as well. So anyway, like I said, I'm going to be putting up more videos in the coming week or two. No, probably a couple weeks. I'm headed back to Canada in about 7 days. Then I have an eye doctor appointment right away. And then I can actually hopefully start editing some videos. And that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.